Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. And what a way to start March, with the Nasdaq hitting 5,000 for the first time in over 16 years. Amazing. And the all-time high for the Nasdaq is 5,048, and we're not that far away from moving close to that level as well. So we're going to go through all of the major indices, gold, crude oil, and so forth, but we're also going to go through the four stocks we looked at on Friday. Remember those stocks we looked for the 52-week highs on a Friday, and we'll see how they're doing as well. So let's get started right away. First market I should say, is the S&P 500. And you can see here we're doing very well. The S&P 500 is up about 0.5%, and it is obviously above all of this area. Now, we've talked about this before. We've said that if we see the breakout, which we've seen, of course, move over this area here, then we're going to measure from this area here, right here. Okay, that 2,000 to, let's say, let's call that 2090. So 90 points from there, that would be 2170. So that's what we're looking for on the S&P 500. On the Dow's acting very well. Ignore this monthly; it's actually kicked in earlier simply because we had two signals in 1 month. Very, very unusual. So again, this is acting very well. We expect this market to go higher. Looking at the Nasdaq Composite, we've talked about going to 5,000. Well, we've got there. It's been a very steady climb, thanks in large part to Apple, which is the most valuable company in the world now, and is a large percentage of the Nasdaq index itself. So again, we've seen this market move up, and we were looking for 5,000. We've got that. What's next? I think you'll just have to go with the trend. I would use the parabolic as an indicator of a stop point. So right now we currently have the parabolic at 4,926, which is a ways away, but that's going to creep up constantly. But I think we're getting very close to maybe seeing some sort of top. The 5,048 level, let me write that down for you, is the all-time high for the Nasdaq. So that's 5,048. That's the all-time high. And we're not that far away. So let's see how it plays out. We're at 4,999 and looking good. So let's see what happens for the rest of the day. The euro dollar continues to be under pressure. You can see all the signals are down, down, down for the euro dollar. And we're getting very close to, let's just draw a little square box on here and just see where we are. So if we're getting very close to the lows that we were here, and I think that maybe is at least where we're going to see the test of this, but it's beginning to look a little bit like it's trying to move sideways and not be under so much downside pressure, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, the trend is down clearly, with a score of 100 indicates that all our indicators are headed down. A little disappointing in gold this morning. It started out actually in the Far East pretty strong, and it actually has created what we call a negative engulfing line, or bearish engulfing line. But two things you want to look at here, in my estimation. One is you have moved over the parabolic, which is a good signal. You can see every time we've moved over the parabolic, we've had a move, or under the parabolic, we've had a good move. So we have moved over there. That's a good signal. The other thing that you want to watch very carefully, in my opinion, is the 50 line right here in this particular market. This line to go over the 50 line, then I think that's the start of a trend, potentially on the upside. Remember, we have a positive monthly. The only one that's stopping us right now is this red weekly, which is saying be on the sidelines, be on the sidelines. With a score of 55, it's considered a trading range, and I think that's the important thing. So this is considered a trading range right now in gold, and I think that's what we're seeing, with the resistance coming in right here and the support coming in right here. So we may be trapped between the, let's say, the 1225 level and the 1200 level for a few more days. Let's see how that plays out. Now, crude oil is beginning to sneak up. You can see we've had a weekly, which is good. A weekly is a positive sign for this market. We want the daily to kick in now. If the daily kicks in, that is a buy signal on crude oil. So let's watch that very carefully. So if we see, again, if we see a daily kick in right here as a green, this one right here, That's a buy signal, and it would indicate that this market's going higher. Now we're watching this 50 line very carefully because it closed over that line would also indicate some further strength in this market. It's been beaten down, beaten down, beaten down, but the reality is if you look at how this market's been acting since late December, it's really gone nowhere. It sort of had this big sideways action, and that to me is a base building, the start of a base building movement. So let's see how that plays out for the rest of the day. Now one thing that happened that I want to share with you is Google gave a buy signal right here, a monthly buy signal at $557.90, $557.90. Now that is an indication with $561.23 right now, and that's an indication that this market's made a turn. Now let me just show you what we're looking at in terms of, I like this because it looks as though, I'll just draw a couple of things on the screen for you. One, I think you've got this sort of pattern here that looks really powerful, and the fact that we've gone over this level, so you can measure from the 490 level to the 540 level, and that takes you up, that's basically $50. So that takes you up to this level here, 590s, which takes you back to these resistance levels right here. So I would think 590 to $600 is the current target zone for Google based on it coming out of this formation, and all of the signals are green, positive, and 100. So we're looking for this market to go higher. Now Monster Beverage was one of the stocks we looked at on Friday with a 52-week high. So let's just get a little closer in here. So you can see it gapped open. It's actually, we got long the stock at 141.17. It's currently 141.14, about the same level. So hold on to that and exit this position on Tuesday. Autodesk was another one we picked out. We were long at 64.20, which was the close right here. Sort of it's 64.01, nothing going on really. Give it a little more time, but I think we'll see this market maybe pop up here in the next day or two. But Tuesday, we're out on the open. Ross Stores is pretty much the same story. We're long from $105.85. Market's $106, a little bit of profit, not very much, but we're going to be out of this on Tuesday. Let's see how that plays out. Last one is Kohl's, symbol KSS, and we're long from 73.80. It's 73.97. A little bit of a profit there, but it looks going the right way. We like that. And if it closes up here, it'll be a new high close, and tomorrow we want to be out on the opening. Hey, they're the four stocks we picked randomly from the 52-week highs on our Friday rule. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great trading day, everyone, and welcome to March.